Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with the second chapter of the science subject, that is the living world. Students, can you identify the living things and the non living things in your surroundings? See, in our surroundings, usually we see birds, human beings, water, soil, cows, buffaloes, cats, rocks, dogs, etc. Some of these things have life and some don't. The things which have life are called living things or living organisms. The things which don't have life are known as non living things.
Now we are going to see the characteristics of the living things. Characteristics are the features which allows us to differentiate living things from non-living things. These features or characteristics are not seen in non-living things. These are only observed in living organisms or living things. So, let's start with the first characteristic, that is growth. Students, we all have observed the young one grows in height, weight, and strength and becomes an adult. For example, a baby grows into adult, a woman or a man. A sapling grows in tree, chicken grows into hen, etc. After growing up, have you ever observed these living things or the organisms or we humans can become small again? No, certainly not. That means they had undergone a permanent change in the size, height, weight, etc. This permanent change is known as growth.
Second characteristics of living thing is intake of food. Students, we all know for growth, movement and response of the living organisms, energy is needed. Whatever movements we make, whatever growth we have observed in ourselves is because of energy. Can you tell me from where we get the energy? Yes, from food. Similarly, animals, plants, and other living organisms also get energy from food. In green plants, see, the green plants prepare their own food in sunlight. They absorb the water and nutrients from the soil by the help of roots, and carbon dioxide from air by the help of leaves. This is supplied to chlorophyll in the leaves, which in presence of sunlight produces the food. This process of food production is called photosynthesis. Most important thing of this process is that plants take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. Now, can you tell me that like plants, animals are also able to prepare their own food? Can they prepare their own food? No, they cannot prepare their own food. They depend on plants and other organisms for the food. We have seen in our surroundings goat, sheep, horse eat grasses, while wild animals like tigers and lions meet their need for food by hunting other animals. Third characteristics of the living organisms is respiration. We know that for each and every living organism, breathing is the one of the most important thing. Living things need oxygen. All living organisms take in oxygen from air and give out carbon dioxide, which is produced in their own body. This process of exchange of gases, that is from oxygen is intaken from air and carbon dioxide given out, this process is known as respiration. Different organisms have different respiratory organs. Like humans intake the air with the help of nose, and respiration process takes with the help of lungs. Lungs are the respiratory organs of humans. The only exceptional case in this respiration process is the plants. All the other living organisms take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. But in plants take in carbon dioxide and gives out the oxygen.
Let us see the fourth characteristics of living organisms, that is excretion. Students, whatever food we eat or any other living organisms eat, is all food used by the body? No, all food is not digested by the body. During the digestion process, the unused food, that is the waste substances, are formed. These are called excreta, and the process of eliminating them from the body is called excretion. If these waste substances are not excreted from the body, they become toxic and may lead to death. In animals, there are excretory organs for excretion. Skin, lungs, kidneys are the excretory organs in animals. Skin eliminates the waste in the form of sweat. Lungs eliminates the waste in the form of carbon dioxide, whereas kidney eliminates the waste in the form of urine. In plants, there are no separate organs for excretion. The waste substances are stored in the leaves of the plants. With the shedding of leaves in specific season, this waste substance is eliminated. Students, when a thorn pricks our foot, what we do? We immediately withdraw our leg. Pricking of thorn is stimulus and withdrawal of foot is response. Responding to stimuli is characteristic of living organisms. So let us see the responses to stimuli and movement in living organisms. Like animals, plants also respond to stimuli. When a touch-me-not plant is touched, it immediately folds its leaves. After some time, the leaves get back to the original state. The shoot of plants grow towards the sunlight above the ground. The roots grow deep into the soil. Lotus blooming during the day, water lily blooming in the night, sunflower facing sun, etc. are the responses plants show to external stimuli. Reproduction. Living things produce other living things like themselves. These are called offsprings of themselves. In animals, reproduction takes place by giving birth to the young ones or by laying eggs. For example, birds lay eggs and their young ones hatch out of the eggs. Cow gives birth to the young one, that is calf. In plants, reproduction takes place from seeds, stems, or leaves of plants. For example, aloe vera plant can be produced from its leaves. Stem of rose plant can produce a new rose plant. Bryophyllum, which has ability to sprout new plant from a well-planted leaf, is the example of reproduction from leaves. Plants like tomato, papaya are reproduced by seeds. The process by which a living thing generates a new living thing like itself is called reproduction. Let us see the next characteristic of the living organism, that is a definite lifespan. We can also define it as the average life of a living thing. Students, we know that living things have capability of producing another living thing similar to itself. After giving birth to another living organism, their own organs become weak and later on, after some period of time, their life comes to an end. That is, they die. All living things have limited lifespan. The lifespan is different for different plants and different animals, but they eventually die one day. For example, the mayfly, which has the shortest lifespan on the earth, that is 24 hours, while the crow has the lifespan of 15 years. Banana tree has the lifespan of 2 to 3 years. Cow has the lifespan of 18 to 20 years, whereas the rose plant has the lifespan of 15 years. Similarly, dog has lifespan of 8 to 12 years, Elephant has lifespan of 70 to 80 years, etc.
Next characteristics is a cellular structure. Students, you have ever seen a honeycomb from closer? There are small compartments in it which are joined together to form a honeycomb. You may have also seen the construction of a wall. To construct a wall, the bricks are firmly joined together. Number of bricks are joined together to form a wall. Similarly, living things are also made of small units which are called cells. Number of cells come together to form tissue. Number of tissues come together to form an organ. Number of organs come together to form an organ system. And like this, when organ systems come together, they form a body. Whether it is human body, animal body, or a plant body. Some living things are made of a single cell, which are called as unicellular organisms, and some living things which are made of many cells are called as multicellular organisms. Amoeba, bacteria, yeast, paramecium are the examples of unicellular organisms. While man, cow, mouse, cockroach, elephants, banyan tree, onion plant, these are the examples of multicellular organisms.
Students, can you tell me that all the living things which are present on the earth are all useful? Are all the plants edible? Are all the animals useful to us? No, not all the living things are not useful. Some living things are useful and some are harmful to us. So, now let us see the useful living things. Children, now you only tell me which all plants and animals are useful to us. You have seen in your surroundings. Yes, plants like methi, potato, apple, banana are used as food. We consume them. Even plants like asparagus, vasaka, tulsi, neem are used as medicines. Similarly, animals like dogs, cats, cows, buffaloes are useful for domestic uses. While animals like fish, sheep, fowl are used as food. Even the animals like horses, camel, buffaloes are useful in various occupations, for example, agriculture. Can you tell me some examples of harmful living things? Good, you know many of them. Living organisms like mosquitoes and flies spread diseases. Cockroaches, mice, rats destroy our food, which results in food poisoning. Living organisms like poisonous lizards, spiders, snakes, and scorpions can even lead to death. We have also seen when the wild animals enter the residential or farming area, they cause a lot of destruction. Similarly, like animals, plants are also harmful. Plants like dodder, parthenium causes dermatitis and respiratory problems. Pods of the nettle, colocasia, leaves when touched results in skin irritation, itching and skin rashes. If by mistake the sap, that is the water droplet of that plant, get into eyes, may cause burning or redness of the eyes. The datura plant causes respiratory problems and even death if taken internally. Wild animals. Students, you know that wild animals depend on the other animals for their food. They hunt other animals, the domestic animals or the wild animals, the small creatures which are present in the forest. They hunt them to meet their need for the food. Such wild animals are known as predators. For example, tigers, lions, wolves, leopards. You may have also observed nowadays on the news channel, the news is going on that leopards have entered the residential areas in our surroundings. This is due to deforestation. Because of deforestation, such animals, wild animals, enter the human settlements in search of food, and they may also kill domestic animals or people. We have recently watched the news regarding this only, that leopards are harming the peoples, the domestic animals. This is because of deforestation. Thank you, children. I hope you have understood this second chapter. Stay home, stay safe.